Hi everyone, this is Professor Benjamin, and the objective of this video is to give you a walkthrough of the marine debris assignment. This assignment is due under Session 9, Underwater, and you can find the assignment here. This assignment would be sort of like the Session 5 assignment where we use a map and then answer questions. So you're going to click on the assignment. And once again, this is a Turnitin assignment. So you will once again click that little box that you give rights, and you're going to submit your document through Turnitin. Right after your document is submitted, maybe not right after, but a couple minutes after, you should be able to get a report back within Canvas. And if you have questions on where to get that report, you want to make sure you watch my video under the course information page called Turnitin. The other thing that you want to remember is how to properly cite. So if you're adding additional material to your answers, you want to make sure that you are properly citing that material. If you have just even put it in your own words, that is what we call paraphrasing. So you want to make sure that you say according to, or at the end of the sentence in quotation marks have the first name, the last name, comma, the year, and then fully citation at the end. If it is quotation and you're copying directly from a source, you want to always make sure you use those quotation marks. And again, at the end of the answer, you want to make sure you include a source. I know this seems tiny, but it's a huge deal at the college level to properly source material. It is better to oversource than it is to undersource. So you want to make sure you do that. So the objective of this assignment is for students to use a mapping tool to investigate marine debris, the role of ocean gyres, and how humans impact trash accumulations. So we will describe the role of various human activities, and we will do this, we'll determine where trash comes from and accumulates in ocean gyres. We'll understand the role plastics play in the destruction of our ocean ecosystem. We will understand the interrelationship between human production of trash and the role this marine debris plays on the destruction of the ocean ecosystem. We will identify where ocean trash comes from and where it becomes trapped, and we will understand the location of trash and the consequences of the marine debris on the ocean ecosystems by developing ideas for viable solutions. Here is the scientific learning outcomes, and here, of course, are the directions for the assignment. Just like in Session 5, you will open this Word document, you will download it or upload it if you're using Google Docs, you will fill in the answers, you will save it as a Word document or a PDF, and then you will upload that to Canvas. Here is the document, and I'm going to download that, and then we'll open the link and we will look at another type of map. It's the kind of the same objective, and now that you've worked your way around the first map, you will have a better idea of how to work your way around this map. So here I'm going to put in the link into my web browser, and here is the map. So it opened with this map, and sorry, my battery is running out, so let me plug in my computer real quick. So you can see here is a map display right away, and if you look here are the details of the map. Again, this is the metadata of the map, and it tells you who collected the information, where it came from. It's always important to know where the information for your map came from. Here is a base map, and we are actually going to use this in the assignment. It actually at one point asks you to click on dark gray, so you're going to click on that here, and you're going to make that, because it will help you be able to see the wind patterns a little bit better. And back to details again, you will see here are the contents with the specific layers on them. Right now you'll see I have major ocean current patterns highlighted, so you can actually see the different ocean current patterns. And if I click on this, it again will tell me what colors are being used, so the legend on what is being shown, and then of course it gives me a table, so it tells me where the specific ocean current pattern is and the temperature of that current pattern. And of course, just like in our Session 5 assignment, I can sort any of these tables that are here. So the first question asks you, why are some currents marked red and some marked blue? And of course you're going to see, blue are cold and red are warm. So that is really the answer to that. But you want to make sure your answer is complete sentences. The cold ocean current patterns are labeled in blue. The red ocean current patterns are labeled, the warm ocean current patterns are labeled in red. So you want to make sure you always have complete sentences for your answers. Down here, it asks us to turn on the layer Prevailing Winds, and it tells us to use the dark gray canvas because it's easier to look at. And you want to look at, we want to change the base map to dark gray, and then we're going to click on Prevailing Winds so you can actually see the different things. So it looks as if, and the arrows tell you the direction in which either the ocean currents are going or the winds are going. The prevailing winds are headed. And in this area, it looks like the prevailing winds are moving some of those ocean currents in this direction. In the northern hemisphere, the winds travel in a different direction. So you want to look at all of this information when answering that question. And then back here, it tells us that we're going to look at some other things here. So with the details pane visible, click the button and show contents of map. Click the checkbox left of the layers, the Pacific markers. So I want to look at Pacific markers. It doesn't say to put the base map back, but I am going to put the base map back just because I like to look at that better. I'm going to look at the Pacific markers, and here we go. I'm going to click on it, and look. Actually, there are 2 Pacific markers, and if I click on them, they actually, some of them give me videos. And one of the questions asks you at the Midway Atoll to click on this, and it'll take you to a video. This one also gives us a visual image of the North Pacific garbage patches, so that's important to learn about. These garbage patches are where the ocean gyres, the ocean current patterns, which you'll learn about in the water PowerPoints, actually, and in my lecture for this week. So make sure you go back and watch those before you do this assignment, my walkthrough video for this week. But you can actually see how they circle, and they actually bring in with them all the garbage in those areas. So the world's garbage are really located in these gyre systems, and that is where plastic waste breaks down into microplastics and becomes a major issue. And what we're looking at here in this specific exercise is we are looking at the blue whale concentration and how this might affect the blue whales, how this garbage may affect these blue whales in this Pacific region. Okay, so you want to make sure that that's really what we're looking at here. So all of these will be able to help you answer some of these questions. Where are other gyres potentially trapping debris? And if you click on this Pacific marker, you actually will find that there are other gyres that trap the that should, oops, why is that? Let me uncheck. Major ocean current patterns, and if you look here, it'll show you the western, the subtropical convergence zone. Well, this is the North Pacific and the North Equatorial. So these are different patches or gyres that work. So you can look at those. And then let's look at this question here. Spokane, so we're also going to look at trash and how it gets its way out to the Pacific. So I'm going to uncheck Pacific markers, and I'm going to go here to Spokane marker, and then I'm going to click on the Spokane downstream situation here, and I can see here that this is, oh, this is just brought in, I see that. Okay, so this is in a line format, and I can scroll in. So you can use these. I have a touch screen, so it's easy for me just to kind of use my fingers to scroll in. But if you don't have a touch screen, you can always use the plus and the minus to zoom in and zoom out in these maps, which is great. Home will take you back to your default extent, and so that's wonderful. But if you look here, this shows you Spokane, and it tells you a little bit. Nurdles, the raw pellets of plastic used to make products, often leak during transport and disposal, and it tells you a little bit about this. Like all plastic, they attract and accumulate hydrophobic contaminants such as PCBs. And we can zoom in here to Spokane, and you can see here that once we zoomed in, it looks like this is following a river system that ends up all the way out to the Pacific. So it's amazing. Look at how far inland Spokane is. And then guess what? It ends all the way out into the Pacific Ocean. So those little microplastics travel their way all the way through that river system out into the Pacific Ocean. And so that's kind of what this is showing you. And so you should be okay. And then look, you're going to turn on the layer for the blue whale concentration. And you can, you're going to need to zoom out for this because you need to see this green shows you where the blue whale concentration is. And you can see it goes all the way down to Mexico and all the way up into Canada. And I'm going to click this off, and I'm going to click this off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those major ocean current patterns in. And you can see here that those ocean gyres that carry the plastic come really close to the Pacific coast, and they carry that garbage with them. So that can definitely impact that blue whale concentration in the Pacific. And you may, if you need to find some more information to answer this, you're more than welcome to use outside sources, but remember, you must cite those sources. So make sure you cite those sources, all right? And I think, remember, these are worth 15 points. So the more information you give me, the more points you earn. So next to each question, it tells you how many points you can earn. Remember, going above and beyond is really what's acceptable at the college level. So you want to push yourself. You want to push yourself to really answer these questions in a meaningful and thoughtful manner. Okay, again, you're going to upload your answers. You're going to type out your answers here on this document under each question, and then you are going to upload your document. Remember, all of your answers should be in your own words. You can work with fellow classmates, but you cannot have the same answers as fellow classmates, okay? So have fun clicking away and learning about the blue whale population and how plastics from the Northwest can really affect them.